Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sammy Ketchum, and welcome back to Sammy Ketchum TCG. Alright, today we are going to be taking a look at our first Rebel Clash deck profile, and it's going to be on Roxiechu, better known as the Nuzzle deck. Alright, this is going to be a Rebel Clash deck profile. Basically, we are going to add a couple of cards in here from the Rebel Clash that'll make this deck a whole lot better. This deck becomes way more playable because of really one card. And we're going to go over that in this deck profile once we show you. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. This is the Raichu Nuzzle deck, better known as Roxiechu, or at least that's what I call it. So let's jump into it. We have ourselves, let's do this to make more room. Yeah, we have ourselves a 4/4 line of Raichu and Pikachu. They both have the Nuzzle attack. We're really basing this on Raichu's second attack, Powerful Spark, which does 20 damage 20 times the amount of energy attached to all of your Pokemon. Now this is very important. If you have a lot of energy attached to all of your Pokemon, you're going to do a lot of damage. And this is where this card really shines in this type of deck because of Nuzzle. Next up, we have ourselves 4 copies of Emolga. Emolga is very important in here because this is basically your Pokemon search. If it's on your bench, you basically use it for its ability, Nuzzle Gathering. Search your deck for a Pokemon with the Nuzzle attack and add it to your hand. This is good because if you play like 2 or 3 of these on the bench, you can search for 2 or 3 Pokemon with the Nuzzle ability, Nuzzle attack. Raichu has Nuzzle. Pikachu has Nuzzle. You can search for another Emolga. Emolga has Nuzzle. You can also search for Pachirisu. We run 3 copies of Pachirisu. Pachirisu also has a Nuzzle, so you can search out all of these Pokemon, which is your main line. You know, so you've got Pokemon search, you know, with Nuzzle. Now we're going to talk about Pachirisu. Pachirisu, of course, it also has Nuzzle. And then its first attack, Snuggly Generator, basically says attach an electric energy from your deck to your Pokemon. Is electric energy? Yeah, electric energy. For each of your bench Pokemon with the Nuzzle attack, search your deck for a lightning energy and attach it to each one of them. So, for each Pokemon on your bench with the Nuzzle attack, search your deck for electric energy and attach it to them. So you can sit there and go Snuggly Generator and go get 5 energies and put an energy on each one of your Pokemon that has a Nuzzle attack. So that's like 5 energy, like 6 energy in play. That's 6 energy if you do it once. If you do it twice, that's like 11, basically like 11 energy in play already. Possibly 11, maybe even 12. if you go first, you get an extra energy down on your Pokemon. So that is a lot of energy in play with the Snuggly Generator attack. You do it basically about once, like twice. You really want to do it twice to get a whole bunch of energies in play onto your Pokemon with Nuzzle. Then after you do that, you start attacking with Raichu. Let's keep going. Copy of Tapu Koko Prism Star. You always play this in electric decks until it rotates. Remove it from play, get 2 energies from your discard pile, and attach them to your Pokemon. To 2 of your Pokemon. This is very good for... This really helps this deck out because you're counting energies for the powerful spark attack. You know, it really fuels that, helps fuels that to get extra, so you can hit for extra, so you can hit for more. Alright, and here's the new card that we are talking about. We have ourselves 2 copies of Boltund V. Yes, these are proxies. I haven't, well, I think the libraries are basically closed because of the coronavirus, so I haven't had time to print off proxies. But this is Boltund V, not B. It has 200 HP. Its first attack, basically, for 1 electric energy, lets you search your deck for 2 lightning energies and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. Alright? Now its second attack is where it really shines in this deck. This is going to be the new, really one of the new attackers in this deck. Well, the new attacker in this deck. Alright? What its second attack does, it does 10 damage base, it already does 10, plus 30 more damage for each energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So, if you have like 11 or 12 energies in play, you do 30 times 11 or 30 times 12, or even if one of your Raichus get knocked out, or some of your Pokemon get knocked out, 30 times 10, that is a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. You're hitting for over 300 damage. More than 300 damage. 330 up to 370 something damage. That is a lot of damage you're dealing with this. A lot of damage. This card has so much potential in this deck because you're getting out so much energy with Snuggly Generator. I really can't say enough more about it because, like, once you get this thing up and rolling, you can just take quick knockouts. This is very good in taking out V Pokemon. Not just V Pokemon, V Max Pokemon. This can reach V Max numbers. Forget about tag teams. Tag teams are already going down. Tag teams are already going down. You can reach tag team numbers just by hitting with Raichu. So, let's keep going. We have ourselves 3 copies of Volkner. This is an electric deck, so Volkner is very good with electric Pokemon. You get yourself an electric energy and an item and add it to your hand, which is very good. We have ourselves 3 copies of Roxie. This is why I say this deck is called Roxiechu. Basically what you do is you discard 2 Pokemon from your hand and you draw 3 cards for each one you discard. Discard 1, draw 3. Discard 2, draw 6. Draw 6 cards right off the top of your deck. The reason why this is good in here is because you've already got good Pokemon search with Emolga. You've got other Pokemon search like Quick Ball and stuff, and then whatever's left in your deck is going to be trainers and supporters and stuff that you need. You basically just Roxie them, get the 6 cards. You're basically going to hit exactly what you need. You know, this is so good. The reason why this is good is because sometimes after you get your setup, you're going to have extra Pokemon left over. Maybe an extra Pachirisu or an extra emolga in the deck. You can discard 2 of those and draw 6, which is very, very good. Very, very good. 2 copies of Rosa. All right. Rosa is really very good as well in this deck. It's actually been a mainstay in this deck, well, in my build of Nuzzle. Because what you could sit there and do is, well, what I used to do in the past was I go Rosa for an energy switch, and I used to have Reshiram and Zekrom in here. But now what I could do is go Rosa, play the Rosa, you get your energy switch, you get your electric energy now, and you also get a Boltund V. So, and Boltund V only attacks for 2 energy, which is very good. Another good thing about Boltund V is that he's all electric. You don't need a different type of energy in the deck for Boltund V to attack. So if all your energies are electric, you know, you're golden. You won't have that inconsistency of a different type of energy. So Rosa is really good with comboing with Boltund to get him out quick and fast after one of your Pokemon gets knocked out. Here's another new supporter in this deck. I don't know if you can see that because of the glare, but this is Boss's Orders. Boss's Orders, or whatever the translation may be. But what Boss's Orders does is that you can switch one of your opponent's active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. It's essentially, it's Lysander from before, when we had Lysander in the format. You know, you bring up one of the Pokemon from the bench. This is very, very good. The reason why this is good is because you don't have to discard 2 cards from your hand to do it like you do with Great Catcher. And you also don't have to play 2 of them, just like Custom Catcher, in order to get the effect of gusting up one of your opponent's Pokemon. You also don't have to flip a coin for Pokemon Catcher to bring up a Pokemon. All you do is you play, yes, this is your supporter for the turn, but you play it and you automatically get the gusting effect. This is so very busted, especially with Boltund V. You sit here, you have all these energies out from Snuggly Generator, and then you get out Boltund V, you have him powered up, and then you sit here and go Boss's Orders. You bring up one of their either Big Tag Team or V Pokemon from the bench, and you knock them out like that because you have so many energy in play. You're hitting for a ton of damage and just kicking butt. This is so very good. So very good. All right. And if that's not enough, you have 4 copies of Electoral Power. So if you don't think you're hitting enough with Boltund V, hitting possibly 300 something damage, you've got Electoral Power to even boost it up even more. Either you're boosting up Boltund, or either you're boosting up Raichu to hit the numbers you really need. which is fantastic. We also have ourselves 4 copies of Pokegear 3.0 to help you search out your supporters. We only have, well, we've got Volkner, Roxie, and we have Boss's Orders. And we also have Rosa. So to search out your supporters for the time that you need them is very good with this deck. You know, you got your supporter search, you got your Pokemon search with emolga. Alright. Then you've got Roxie to basically just pure draw. This deck is so consistent, it is crazy. Speaking of consistency, we have ourselves 4 copies of Quick Ball. Quick Ball can basically, you discard a card from your hand, search your deck for base Pokemon, add it to your hand. This lets you search out your basics. You can get your emolga, your Tapu Koko Prism, pachirisu, your pikachu. Really, once you get out a couple of emolga will search out your pikachu, your pachirisu. It'll search out your Raichu. You know, you really want to use this to get out your Tapu Koko V, get out your Boltunds also with this, because Boltund V is a basic, which is very good. So like you have a total package here, a total consistency package here, which is very, very good. Two copies of Reset Stamp. I don't know if you can see that because of the glare, but this is Reset Stamp. This is also very good in here because in the early game, your pachirisus are getting knocked out because you take the time to Snuggly Generator at least probably twice, you know, and then maybe a Raichu gets knocked out because he attacked. So by the time you really get going, you're going to reset stamp them for 4 or for 3 or for a 3 card hand, which is going to be very good. So reset stamp, very good. You stamp your opponent. Then after you stamp your opponent, you go into another Raichu or a Boltund, and you just smack them in the face. We have ourselves 2 copies of Energy Switch. Energy Switch is very important, especially with Boltund V. You know, you attach energy to Boltund V, Energy Switch one of the energies off of your other Pokemon, because you're going to have so many energies. So to choose from, it really doesn't matter where you energy switch from. But that's going to be very good with Boltund V and powering him up. We've got 1 copy of UTurn board. UTurn board is really very good in the beginning. If one of your Pokemon with 1 retreat cost gets stuck in the active, you can use Volkner to search this out. You know, to get this out, attach this to one of your Pokemon that has 1 retreat cost. I mean, other than emolga, because emolga has free retreat. Use it. You free retreat this Pokemon to bring out either your pachirisu or emolga or something. And you can continue your game plan. So a copy of UTurn board is very good. And then we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 lightning energies. 15 lightning energies to fuel your Pokemon, to fuel your powerful spark, and to fuel Boltund's attack. You know, this deck is so, like as soon as Boltund V came out, I instantly thought about this deck and I wanted to do a deck profile on it. And so now I have. There are a few other cards you can add in here. Maybe like the fourth Volkner. Fourth Volkner could be also good. Like if you want to cut something. You can also throw in the Dedenne with the Nuzzle Shot, which can snipe the bench for 60. You know, I mean, sniping is always good. You can also stick a Marshadow resetting hole in here as well if you want to bump a pesky stadium off, chaotic swell, whatever. If you if you want to take out something of Fire Room, but honestly, I like it. I really, really like it. This is the new Rebel Clash deck. It's going to be played in Rebel Clash. Let me know what you think about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, make sure you take care of yourself and each other. Thank you.